I always find it interesting that whenever there's, let's say, a massive lawsuit going on, there's always some little nuggets of information that comes out that you're like, man, that's it's actually rather interesting to see that. So today we're going to be talking about Valve, the parent company of Steam, and court documents that came out with some leaked information. So let's get into it, you guys. Court documents show that not only is Valve a fraction of the size of companies like EA or Ubisoft, it's smaller than a lot of AAA developers. Okay. According to improperly redacted documents from a recent lawsuit, Valve had 336 employees in 2021, which to me is just mind boggling that they only had that much. First noted by Steam DB creator Pavel, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name, and reported by The Verge, documents from the antitrust suit against Valve shows that the company consists of 336 employees in 2021. That's a fraction of the size of most big game publishers, even as Steam continues to shape PC gaming as a whole. Which I agree that to me is just insane. Because when you look at it and you think of PC gaming, you think of Steam. And for them, as a whole, Valve that is, to have 336 employees, like, but it's about to get even crazier as we continue with this article. The document originated from Wolfire Games' 2021 lawsuit, arguing that Steam constitutes an unfair monopoly on PC digital distribution, which, okay, I could see why, an individual like that would say, hey, it's unfair. But at the same token, you still have multiple avenues to get digital games, such as Epic Game Store, every launcher known to man, because I tell you, you could go to the Rockstar launcher, the EA, the Ubisoft, whatever launcher it is, and you could buy the games digitally from there, not just on Steam. Excuse me. The documents remain partially redacted and were likely meant to have all the juicy details fully blacked out. And surprisingly, common error in the U.S. legal system that led to sensitive data being made public. Which, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It happens all the time where there's documents that come out from different lawsuits, whether it's from Apple, Epic, what have you, where there's information out there that they don't want out there. Microsoft, that's another big one. The Verge has a full chart of the year-by-year numbers of employees and departmental payroll changes at Valve, which I'm gonna just throw that out there. Departmental payroll, should not be out there. Period. I know that this is arguing that it constitutes an unfair monopoly, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's an unfair monopoly. But there's no reason to put people's payroll and stuff like that out there. The chart confirms prior reporting that the overall headcount at the company has remained pretty stable for the last 10 years. Back in 2016, we reported that the company had 360 employees, while Wikipedia quoted the company as having 330 in 2013. Okay. Which to me is still ridiculous to think about, considering how big Ubisoft and all these other companies are. Here's the top line from 2021. Of those 336 employees, 79 work directly on Steam. This is the part that's insane to me. Only 79 individuals work on the Steam marketplace, while whopping 181 remained in games department. Pretty much the reverse of what I expected, given Steam's importance to the company's profits and how rarely Valve releases new games. Excuse me. Oh man, I got the hiccups. That to me is insane because now granted, a lot of Steam games or Valve games, whatever you want to call them, are for the most part live service. They're free to play. You buy skins, you buy whatever. Because perfect example is, Counter Strike. You just, it's a free to download game, and then you sit there and you watch individuals just roll cases all day. And then Dota, very similar to League of Legends style on how they do it. I mean, granted, they are clones of each other, but it's just insane to me that, they have 181 individuals dedicated to strictly working on the games. Sorry, Logan's in here and I don't know what he's doing. Anyways, there was just 41 employees working on hardware development at the time, right on the eve of the Steam Deck's launch, and the remaining 35 employees on admin. That is another impressive thing, is that there were only 41 employees working on hardware, aka the Steam Deck, and their VR headset. I can never remember what it's called, but to have just 41 employees working on that, and they produced a product that was actually really decent. What's going on here? All right, let's keep going. Wolfire Games actually criticized this limited headcount in its lawsuit, arguing that Valve devotes a minuscule percentage of its revenue to maintaining and improving the Steam store. Last year, People Making Games reported, citing interviews with anonymous former Valve employees, suggest that Valve's flat corporate structure hurts its employees. Which, I mean, it could potentially hurt their employees due to, like, crunch time, due to basically not being able to, like, compete, if that makes some amount of sense, because there's not a lot of, jobs out there, so now they're kind of just getting stuck. Even with the issues in mind, it's hard not to be impressed with the company's sheer pound-for-pound effectiveness managing one of the core pillars of PC gaming in Steam. Whatever its developers facing issues, there's a reason most gamers prefer to other launchers. Which, I mean, I agree. I love how Steam allows you to. It's basically a one-stop drop. I mean, one-stop shop. Oh my God, my words today. And it allows me to, like, just launch it and go in and basically find all my games in one spot. It did kind of irritate me when, like, Activision Blizzard was like, yo, we're moving all the Call of Duty games to the Blizzard launcher. And it's like, bro. And now it's back over on Steam. And revolutionizing handheld PC gaming with the Steam Deck. And whenever the company does get around to releasing a new game or even just updating an existing one, it's always an event, which I have to agree. I don't play Steam games, such as Counter-Strike, such as all those other ones. But they're always advertising every time there's a massive update. I've listened to some publishers and developers of note with their respective headcounts to put Valve in perspective. Okay, here we go. So this is okay. This is insane. So think about it. Valve has what, 336 employees, right? Yeah, 336. Microsoft Gaming, approximately 20,100. Ubisoft, 19,100. EA, approximately 13,700. Sony Interactive Entertainment, 12,700. Bungie, which I'm kind of surprised Bungie, even though Bungie kind of is their own entity still, I'm surprised they don't group them under Sony, 1350. Naughty Dog, 400 plus. BioWare, roughly 270 post layoffs. Okay, makes sense. New Blood Interactive, never even heard of them. Approximately 30. Supergiant, 25. Team Fortune 2. It's insane to think that. Looking at those numbers, it rather impresses me that Valve is able to do everything that they're able to do with that small of a number. It's just impressive. Anyways, you guys, don't forget to mash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. Every little bit does help out the channel immensely. Guys, have a great and wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.